finally get clear of why it's the student that I don't like. The qualities of the student that I don't like, okay? So here we go. Doubt. Top left. Everybody have doubt? Doubt. Under doubt, contradict. Under that, promiscuous. Under that, worry. And under that, willfully obtuse. Anyone? Anyone? Okay. Let's get to the opposite. The opposite of doubt.
Faith or
Trust.
trust.
How about we're going to do certitude? Opposite of contradict. Agree. Opposite of promiscuous.
Contain.
That's a good one. Contained, dedicated. There's where faithful could come in. Contained. Good. Opposite of worry.
No idea.
How about at ease?
Yeah.
At peace? Be at ease, be at peace. And willfully obtuse. Opposite.
Clear. Clear.
Clear, receptive. Now, how many people have had, who have taught anything, have had students like that first? Yeah, yeah. Fun?
No.
Not fun. Not fun. Okay, so do they think of themselves as doubting, contradicting, promiscuous, worrywarts, and willfully obtuse? No, not at all. They think of themselves as doubt, questioning, contradict. No, they examine. They're promiscuous. No, they're free and open.
Experiment.
Hmm?
Experiment.
Experiment.
Searching.
Searching. There's, you could do searching. Experiment. You could even almost get creative here. They don't worry. What are they?
Concerned. Caring.
Cautious.
Aware.
Cautious.
They're aware. Aren't they aware? Aware. They're aware.
Contemplative?
No, worrying has no way contemplative. Why?
No,
Worry is this.
You're not reflecting.
You're not reflecting at all when you're worrying. There is no reflection when you worry. It's just busy. It's what I call entertainment for the small self. It's entertaining. And does it work?
No.
Does it ever solve anything?
No.
No, so it can't be contemplative. It is actually, they think of themselves as aware or cautious or concerned. Concerned is a definitely, they all come under that the heading of aware. Willfully obtuse. There's a good one.
Knowing?
They're not knowing, because that would be a different. They tend to know better. That's willfully obtuse, is they know better. I had self-protective. Does that make sense?
Reticent.
Hmm?
Reticent.
Reticent. I think some ways in reticent, it works, but it in some ways may give them too much credit.
But the thing is, I would say reticence is about speaking, not about listening.
That's an interesting one. Did you hear that? He said that reticent is about speaking and not necessarily listening. And we're talking about being able to receive and being able to hear. This is definitely about how well do you receive.
I was going to say blind, but that's a different sentence too.
Yeah, that's a different, yeah. Yeah.
So self-protective.
Self-protective. Okay, so the negative of certitude.
Rigid.
It's rigid. I had dogmatic. Agree.
Format?
Stooge. Stooge. Dedicated, loyal, faithful. Fanatical. At ease, peace.
Dissociated.
Hmm?
Dissociated.
Could be dissociated, it could be asleep,
Blase.
a blase, oblivious, blase.
Yeah.
Receptive.
Stooge again.
It- Yeah, it's close to, it is again stooge, but vulnerable, impressionable. Impressionable. In other words, we're back to stupid.
Gullible.
Gullible. It has the quality. Yes, gullible is similar. That's stooge. You could do gullible. Okay. What's it look like?
Me.
Why don't I like that upper left quadrant?
Because you get the bottom right. Yeah, they can't learn.
Well,
They don't
you
want
get,
to
you
learn.
get the bottom, you get the top left. Has anybody sat with somebody doing doubt, contradicting, promiscuous, worry, and willfully obtuse? I don't care about the bottom right at that point. They're
Mhm.
just. So if you get both of these, both of those, are these people listeners?
No.
No. What do they think they do? Do they think they listen?
Yes.
What do they listen to?
Their own certainty.
Their own certainty. They're listening to their own certainty. So when an expert shows up, what happens?
They mix it.
They nix it. Unless, what?
It's an opinion.
It's an opinion. Absolutely, it's an opinion. And if they nix it, when do they agree?
If the expert agrees with
It
them.
confirms.
If it confirms with what they believe. So that's the whole thing of the teacher that just goes, that's great. Cat, K-A-T, that's great, Johnny, that's wonderful. And a few years ago, they were actually promoting that. So in this venue, if I were to say that's great, am I doing my job?
No.
No, unless it's real. And am I going against you guys?
No.
Why not?
Because you tell us the truth.
Yes, and am I giving my opinion?
No.
Am I giving my answer?
No.
What am I giving?
Our answer.
Yeah, I give your answer. I listen to your answer. That's it. That's all I do. And how many people want to hear their own answer? Not a lot. Not a lot. So, how do we listen? I mean, that's what we want to do, is I'm trying to teach you to listen to your own selves and to your honest answers. How do you listen?
You have to get into your heart.
You have to go into your heart. What does that mean?
As close to our true self as we can get.
That means we have to let go of this. This has got to go. Does that mean then you're a stooge? If you give up your doubt, your contradicting, and your promiscuity, and worry and willfully obtuseness? Does that mean then you're a stooge? That's what a lot of people think. You don't think for yourself. You do all that Rohini says to do.
You will be free.
You actually get to be free. Why?
Because you're not run by that program anymore.
If you listen to your, if you actually listen to your real answer.
Well, and based on what we just said a minute or two ago, we're not running on everything that you say. We're running on our own answers. We just didn't hear them necessarily, or we may not have heard them necessarily.
Okay, but you're listening to something else. You're listening to an idea, a story. So if you start being receptive and start listening, you say to go into the heart. What does that mean?
Walk away from the small stuff.
Walk away. Yeah. So that's a good way to do it, because you don't know where you're going, but you're going, yeah. I don't know where I'm going,
But I'm on my way.
but I know what I want her to get away from. And that's a good way to look at it. That's a good way to start. So what are we walking away from? Doubt, contradict.
All those little voices in your head.
That's right, that do doubt, contradict, promiscuous, worry, willful obtuseness, dogmatic, stooge, fanatical, blasé, oblivious, vulnerable, gullible, impressionable. We're walking away from that. Do we have to, how do we walk away from them? So let's say we can't hear yet. How do we walk away from them?
Identify it first.
Yeah, we have to know that we do this. We have to know that we doubt. We have to know that we contradict. We have to know that we're all of these. And all the others. We're all of it. All of it. If a student is committed to being that top left, are they teachable?
No.
No, can't do. If they're the bottom right, can you teach them? No. If they don't listen, if there's no listening, if there's no reflection, are they teachable? No. Okay, so, can you hear your honest answers?
I won't say 100% of the time. I can some.
Anybody? That was not your honest answer. So your answer was no. That was not an honest answer. Can you hear your honest answers?
No.
That was not your honest answer. Can everybody hear that? Can you hear your honest answers?
Yeah.
Yes. Can you hear your honest answers?
No.
No. Anybody, the mitigating force, the mitigating word of sometimes is what? It's a no, and it's I don't want to give my honest answer. The sometimes, the kinda, the sorta, the hedging,
The yes and no.
the yes and no, the yes and no is not the honest answer.
Well, I also actually just afraid of giving the honest answer as well. Admitting that you're,
Could you hear your honest answer? Her answer was no. If you actually hear your honest answer and then you don't give it, then what are you?
Liar.
Manipulative? What?
Willfully.
Willfully obtuse. Yes. Yeah. Keep looking at this thing. Keep looking at this. This is it. Did you hear your honest answer? Did you want to hear your honest answer?
Yes.
Do you code it so that it covers all bases?
Yes.
And is that what does that come under? Willfully obtuse.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a you gave a willfully obtuse answer. We could go over here, we could go over here, it could be here, it could be everything. So that I'm not in any place.
Works great with that.
Yeah, it works great with vague. Absolutely. Absolutely. Can you hear your honest answers?
No.
Is that true?
No.
Do you want to hear your honest answers?
No.
There you go. Yeah. Why not? Boy, that willfully obtuse is really a big one. That should have been the first one. Why not?
Because it makes it harder.
That's it.
It makes it harder to not change.
That's what she just said. That you
Oh,
don't want to
did she?
change. Yeah.
I heard her answer. Sorry.
Good one. Yeah. See this? So, if there's someone who actually hears your honest answers, do you want to be near them? Not always. You want to run sometimes? Yes. Yes. Do you run from yourselves?
Yes.
Is it working? Can you hear your honest answer?
No.
That was your answer. That was your answer. So what we're trying to do is we want to get to a point where we actually listen. I am actually just here as, I keep on saying, a resource. That's all I'm here as. I'm a resource. I mirror back your answer. Your honest answer. As opposed to that thing, the narrative story that you have, the litany that we tend to keep giving over and over and over again. Is this clear? So I wanted to read something. David found this yesterday. I believe it was yesterday or the day before. And he's been doing, he did some work on Octavia Paz. And this was from the book called In Light of India. And it's his writing. He's writing. He's speaking. Late in 1963, I received a telegram from Brussels informing me that I had been awarded the Noche La Zolte International Prize for Poetry. Excuse my pronunciation of that. The news disturbed me. Since my adolescence, I had written poems and had published various books, but for me, poetry had always been a secret religion, celebrated outside the public eye. If I accepted the prize, wouldn't I be revealing the secret and betraying myself? I was in this dilemma when I happened to see Raja Rao. I told him my problem. He replied, "I cannot give you advice, but I know someone who can. I'll take you to that person tomorrow if you like." I accepted without asking anything further. The next day, early in the afternoon, he came by and took me to a modest house on the outskirts of Delhi. It was an ashram, a place for retreat and meditation. The spiritual director was a woman who was well known in certain circles, Mother Ananda Mai. The ashram was simple, sober rather than severe, and seemed more like a college than a convent. We crossed a small patio with 2 withered lawns and 2 small trees. There was an open door, and we entered a small room. There we found about a dozen people sitting on chairs in a semicircle around a woman who was seated on the floor. As she spoke, she played with some oranges in a basket next to her. She soon looked at me, smiled, and threw an orange at me, which I caught and held on to. Ananda began to speak in English and said, "I am frequently asked who I am. And I answer you, I am a puppet, the puppet of each one of you. I am what you want me to be. In reality, I am nobody, a woman like any other. But the puppet whom you call Ananda, the mother, is your fabrication. I am your toy. Ask me whatever you like. But first, I must say that the answer will not be mine, but rather your own. It is like a game in which each person answers himself." There were various questions. In the group were 4 or 5 Europeans and Americans, men and women, and then it was my turn. Before I could speak, Ananda interrupted me. "Raja Rao has already told me about your little problem." "And what do you think?" I said. She began to laugh. "What vanity! Be humble and accept this prize. But accept it knowing that it is worth little or nothing, like all prizes. To not accept it is to overvalue it, to give it an importance that it does not have. It would be a presumptuous gesture, a false purity, a mask of pride. True disinterest is accepting with a smile. As you received the orange I threw you, the prize will neither make you nor your poems better. But don't offend those who awarded it to you. You wrote those poems not in the spirit of gain. Do the same now. What matters is not prizes, but the way they are received. Disinterest is the only thing that matters." Comments? Questions? Pretty clear. So now, I said the student I don't want to work with. Now I'm going to talk to all of you. My job is to get you to actually be you, which means that you love you. If you knew the highest prize was over here, let's say this was the highest prize, would you love it? Well, the highest prize is in each and every one of us. It's in you. It's in you. It's in you. 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 It's in all of you. It's time to stop looking at the petty and go for what's actually real. Don't be silly and not love. Don't be silly and not love yourself. And when I mean love, I don't mean an idea. I mean actually love. You're a value. You're a value. You have value. You do. You. We all do. Same value. I wrote many, many years ago, if you never did one more thing, ever, you are still the most valued. Bob always said, God dwells within you as you. Don't belittle yourselves. Don't put yourselves down. And when I mean selves, I mean yourself. I want each and every one of you to reach that place where you're comfortable in your own skin, that you are okay with the part you play. In your Foursquare, you've figured it out, you've stilled, and you know you're still playing a part, but you're okay with it. What the heck? I'm as obnoxious as I ever was. It's okay. Because why? Everything that comes through then is love. Stop fighting the love. So let's take a little bit of time. Just keep going in. Boring in. To the love. Stop fighting the love. Stop fighting the love. yourselves? Do you hear it? Do you feel the sweetness? There's a nectar, honey in there. Anyone? Call it rasa, the sweet that should drip down, and we drink it. It's a start. And if this takes over again, we lose it. Our job is to know and go in. Know and go in. So, when I yell at you, and I've yelled at many of you, what's its purpose?
Trying to be heard.
Trying to be heard. So, at that point, are you listening to yourselves? No. It's all it ever was. And if you listen to yourselves, truly listen to yourselves, we'll get along so much better. We'll actually agree. And there'll be love. I want you all to move toward that love and rest there all the time. Not just over here in a glimpse, and over here, and I got a glimpse. Now, a month later, I haven't had another glimpse. No, it's throughout the day, no matter what we're doing. In the chaos of everything, in the craziness of everything, and the boredom of everything, and the mundane activity of everything, no matter what it is. The only way we can have that is if we're actually where we can listen and be with ourselves. That's our job. Keep turning in, go in. So take this Foursquare and give it up. Learn it. Be able to have all yeses. Do I doubt? Yes. Is it okay? Yes. Certitude? Yes. Is it okay? Yes. Do I question? Yes. Is it okay? Yes. Am I dogmatic? Yes. Is it okay? Yes. All yeses. All the time. Then it doesn't run us at all anymore.